In my last video, I shared series that I am determined to finish before 2025. You didn't think that those are all of the series I'm in the middle of, did you? Nah, not by far. But this is the flip side. These are series that I am still determined to read, but after 2025, somewhere in 2026, hopefully. I don't want to keep putting them off. So let's get into it. My name is Raquel. Welcome and welcome back. The first series that I would like to finish is Heavy is the Crown. So, Heavy is the Crown currently has two books in the series, but the series is not over. So, I have no choice but to wait until the next book comes out. Heavy is the Crown Part 2 came out this year, and so I don't know. I don't think Part 3 is going to come out before 2026, but if it does, it'll be on the other list. As of right now, it's on this list because there isn't a book 3 yet. Heavy is the Crown is by Ivy Simone. I enjoyed this series. I really did. I would give it, I don't want to give away my 5 stars willy nilly, so we're going to give it like a 4.5, but it was really, really good to me. It is about this guy who gets out of prison and he is doing everything he can to turn his life around. He's got those old friends in his ear trying to get him back in the game. And then he meets a young lady. This young lady has everything that he wants, and she is willing to level him up. Now, initially, he doesn't want it because, he's a man. He's not going to let a woman take care of him. But at some point, they start to have this relationship and it makes sense. But I enjoyed this. Like, there were twists and turns that I did not see coming, and I love that. That is one of the things that I truly enjoy. Something happening that really makes sense, but I did not see it coming. I enjoyed this. I cannot wait for book number 3. Series number 2 is the Miller Family series. This is by Ray Anderson. I found this book from somebody on Facebook. It reminds me of Troubled Waters by Z. Renee. Now, I have not finished Troubled Waters yet because that is a very difficult book to read. I don't know why. Maybe I wasn't in the mood. Maybe it's not for me. I don't know. But this one definitely reminds me a lot of that book. This one is about a lady. It's about a guy and his family. So the guy is an assassin and he goes out to do his job. A lady winds up seeing him do his job. And in order to keep her safe, he marries her. So it's an arranged trope, an arranged marriage trope. I enjoyed the book. It took me a while to read it. It really took me a while, the same way Troubled Waters is taking me a while. I was reading this book for quite a while, but I was able to finish it. And once I got done, I did enjoy it. When I look back on it, yeah, I can remember it. So I know, I enjoyed it. And then there are 3 other books in the series. You have His Sisters and Brothers, Sincere, Serenity, and Supreme. So each one of them, has something to do in their family business. So I'm interested to see, I'm really interested about Sincere, and that is his sister. Um, yeah, so I definitely want to read this series. She also has another series. It has like a music theme to it, and I'm really looking forward to that. One of the books is called The Violinist, and I'm just curious. I'm looking for some very different out of the box type books, and so I think that maybe she might have something that'll pique my interest. And then number 3, we have the Armani sisters. So I uh, fell in love with Tay Lynn's All the Smoke. And then she came out with this Armani Sisters. I read Won't Keep You Waiting. Then I read Almost. And then I tried to read Open My Heart, and it did not work. For whatever reason, I could not connect to this book, but I do want to read it. And then the last book is called I Found Love. And the the picture, she's in a wedding dress, so you can only assume that they get married in the third book. But right now, I'm not going to make that a priority. I think that this one can wait. And number four, S. Yvonne's Straight, wait, Hard Loving Straight Thuggin'. And that is such a horrible title. But it's such a good book. This is one of those messy books. You've got the guy, his girlfriend, his child's mother, his mother's boyfriend, his sister, the cousin, and they are all messy, messy. Oh my God, these people are into so much stuff. I enjoyed it, but it felt wrapped up in book two, so book three was not a priority to me. I think that I would read book three when I can't find anything to read, or so I think. And this is something that I just anticipate being as good as book one and book two. And then we have Whip Fade, which is number five. So Whip Fade is a two-book series. You have Macy and Honori. I read Honori. This is by Bailey West. Bailey West writes the kind of books where the man is always caring, loving. He's there. He's a provider. He cares. Like, she writes the books where the woman is being cared for properly, wholly 100%. And so Anuri is about a young lady who comes into town. She leaves her family. She comes into town by herself. She wants to start a new life. And she's going to meet the landlord at this condo she found. The landlord doesn't show up, but his brother does. And that is how she meets the brother. But if you want to see a beautiful story where this woman is being loved properly, you want to read Anori. Now, Macy is a different vibe. It's about an older woman who I believe has been single for a while, and maybe she gets this boyfriend. I don't remember wholeheartedly what it's about, but I do know that it gives off a different vibe than the first one. Now, it may have the same vibe because that's kind of her writing style, but I just wasn't really that interested at the time it came out. It came out a little while after I had already read Anori, and more than likely I was already reading something else. I looked at it, I thought, I'll get to it, and I just haven't gotten to it. At the same time, I don't feel like I really need to hurry up and get to it, but I definitely do want to read it. And then number six, which is Country Hood Love by Monica Walters. So there's three books in the series. I read 8 Seconds to Love. I enjoyed this book. I really did. It was so good to me. Um, another YouTuber was reading it, or she was talking about reading it, and I thought, I might read that. So I went ahead, I read it, I loved it. But the thing that's throwing me off about this particular series is the covers. The covers, it doesn't look like a series. All three covers are very different. Um, I don't know, it didn't rub me the right way, to make me go from that book to the next one. It just did not rub me the right way. The covers are very, very different. The first cover is okay. It's nothing really special about it. It's okay. The second cover is of a woman, I believe, in a yellow dress or something, and very pretty cover, but they don't go together. Like, and if I'm not mistaken, the person in book two is also one of the people in book one. So I was just kind of like, I don't know. And it didn't pull me in. That's really the problem. It just didn't pull me in. But I do want to read the series because book number one was really good. I know that the lady in there is friend to the main female character in book one. So I do want to read it. Again, it's just not a priority. So at some point in 2026, I'll get to it. And you know what? I think I might regret waiting. I'm like, I really think I might regret waiting. I think about that periodically. Like, I put that book on the back burner, and I know I hate when I say, "Oh, I'm gonna read that later," and time goes by, goes by, goes by, and when I pick it up, it's like a really, really good book. I hate when I do that, and I'm thinking that I may just regret putting this book off. I don't know. I'll let you know when I do read it. And then number seven is The Misfit Love, which is by Jay Jones. When I first got my Kindle, I think back in 2012 or somewhere around there, I was on Jay Jones like crazy. I read Cameron. I read Pocahontas. I read The Twin Girls. I can't remember the name of the book. Like, I was on her books. Like, I really didn't know any other Kindle Unlimited, books to read. I hadn't figured out how to work Kindle Unlimited. I don't think I even knew how to really, really work my Kindle at that time. And so once I found somebody that I truly enjoyed, I stuck with it. I think I used to read Anna Black and Jay Jones. And that was really all I had. So I was just reading all of her books. So once I found something else, I never looked back. And I truly did enjoy her books. They're very messy. And at that time, I wanted to, just connect with books that I felt like I wanted to read books where I felt like the people look like me, the people talk like me. If they don't talk like me, they talk like people I know, or they're like the people down the street, around the corner, people I went to school with. I wanted to just feel that connection in my books. And once I really, really got into it, again, I've never looked back. I have never read anything that was not black in, yeah, it's been quite a while. Maybe like 2015, 2016 was the last time I read something that was not black. And I just haven't looked back. I enjoy it so much. But when I saw Misfit Love and then I read it, read the blurb, the synopsis, whatever you want to call it, I was like, okay, this sounds good. So basically, it's about this girl who loses her mom. She goes to work in this restaurant. Her and her best friend are stealing from this restaurant. What they don't know is that they are stealing from the mob. And there are consequences for that. So it's a good book. I enjoyed it. It didn't give me the nostalgia I was looking for, but I still enjoyed the book. I just didn't really, it didn't say, like, once I was done with it, nothing in me said read book two. And that is really one of the things that happens when I'm reading a series. If it's really, really good, you just immediately go to book two. It's the natural thing to do, to go on and read the series. So sometimes there might be a reason why I don't read the series, like the book isn't out yet, like Heavy as the Crown, or like Straight Thuggin'. I felt like the book is all wrapped up. What do you need a book three for? So there are reasons why. And then uh, Country Hood Love, the covers just kind of made me feel some kind of way. So there's always a reason why I'm not finishing or moving on to book 2 in the series. But it doesn't mean that I don't want to read the series. It just means that I may not want to read the series at the time. So if the book isn't good, I'm not even going to consider reading the series. But all of these books from my last video and the video today, these are definitely good books that I do want to read the rest of the series. But for one reason or another, I did not move further into it, but I still want to. What series are you guys in the middle of? And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like the video and do all of the YouTube things like, comment, subscribe, share. Until next time, see you soon.